The second home does not follow the path of retrograde civilization. Xiefeng. Human beings have created a brilliant culture, inventing and developing countless tools of production and items of daily life. It is precisely the inventions, creations, and scientific advancements of humankind that have allowed us to rise above the ignorance and backwardness of primitive living and production methods. Everything we enjoy today, apart from what is gifted by nature, comes from human creativity and scientific progress. To abandon these achievements and revert to the past is not progress in civilization. It is a regression of civilization. The way of the greatest creator is the way of nature. Human technological inventions and scientific advancements do not violate the way of nature. The problem lies only in their misuse. When the fruits of science and technology seem to contradict the natural way, it is not because of the inventions themselves, but because of human greed, selfishness, and indulgent corruption, which have led to the abuse of scientific progress. A kitchen knife, for example, is in accordance with the way of nature when used to cut vegetables. But if it is used to cut down trees or to kill people, that violates the natural way. The problem is not with the knife. It is with the one who wields it. If we ignore human error and improper use, and instead blame the knife itself for violating the way of nature, we are being unreasonable and irrational. Which is better for cleaning oneself, to use toilet paper or a lump of dirt? Undoubtedly, toilet paper is better. At the very least, it is more hygienic and healthier. If paper manufacturers cut down too many trees or pollute rivers with wastewater from paper mills, that is not the fault of the toilet paper. It is the fault of profit-driven producers who act without regard for consequences. Some people think that the production and lifestyle model of the second home, founded by Lifechanyuan, represents a return to primitive life, a regression to the natural state. This is a misunderstanding. Returning to nature does not mean going back to eating raw meat, wearing animal skins, or living like primitives. It means living according to the will of the greatest creator, guided by the principle of harmony between humans and nature. At the very least, our existence and development must never come at the expense of destroying nature. Rather, they must be rooted in sustainable development. We are creating a brand new civilization, one that not only inherits all the achievements of human culture, including science and technology, but also elevates humanity into a higher stage of civilization. We will not and cannot return to the past. We transform the ancient without being bound by it, learn from the ancients without reverting to them. Our thinking and realm must never be confined or restricted by the thoughts of ancient people, nor must we repeat their mistakes. We must walk beyond the footprints of our predecessors to open up a new world and live a new way of life, one that avoids the cyclical rise and fall that has repeatedly destroyed human civilizations. Religion must not become self-enclosed. Politics must not be short-sighted. The economy must not destroy nature. Society must not be complacent with the status quo. Always remember, the greatest crisis facing humanity is a crisis of the soul, not any other kind of crisis. When the crisis of the soul is resolved, all other crises will vanish into nothingness. The model of the second home cannot be measured against any production or lifestyle pattern that has ever existed in human history. Do not imagine that the second home will resemble any form of society from the past. We are walking an entirely new path, one that unfolds according to the will of the greatest creator, not the wisdom of man. This new path will allow people to live joyfully, freely, and happily throughout their lives, and ultimately to sublimate into celestials. I am the guide of humanity's spirit and soul. I will lead humankind into a vast, boundless, and blissful new era, and will guide some into the kingdom of heaven. A train does not move by pushing, and a bull's hide cannot be inflated by boasting. As long as you follow me, you will experience all of this step by step. October 6th, 2013. The second home strategy and concrete plan for nurturing children. Xiefeng. Many people who care deeply about children's growth worry that the second home's educational approach might not prepare children to succeed or start careers in society later on. They fear that children raised in the second home may feel out of place in mainstream society and find it difficult to secure jobs. This concern comes from genuine care, is understandable, and to some extent, reasonable. Below is a general overview of the second home strategy and specific approach